Boker Tov, we're continuing in Sefer Yona. We have 6 Pesukim left. We're going to do 3 today. So Yona is sitting outside of the city of Nineveh, and it was told to him that the people of Nineveh did Teshuvah. And Yona, as we said, was upset about it because then the backlash is going to come onto Bnei Israel that, oh, look at these Goyim, they did Teshuvah so quickly, and you, Bnei Israel, are taking your time. And Yona was upset about this. He went outside to sit outside of the city to see if maybe these people would not do teshuvah at the end and maybe change their ways back to being bad, etc. So Hashem wants to test Yona and teach him a lesson. So the pasuk says, "Vaiman Hashem Elokim Kikayon." Hashem presented and sprouted up. And this is Hashem Elokim. Elokim in the form of a judgment. A Kikayon. Kikayon, the general explanation is a type of plant that sprouted up, that became so big in such a short time that it became like a place of shade for Yonah. So this thing sprouts up, and now it's perfect shade for Yonah. Vayal me'al Yonah. It rose up above Yonah, liot sela rosho, to be shade over his head, leatzilo mira'ato, to save him from his evil, from his bad. What's the bad over here? So some interesting explanations. The Ibn Ezra explains that because Yonah was in the mouth, it was in the stomach of the fish for 3 days, 3 full days, his skin became very, very soft. He was not able to handle the sun. So he needed to be in the shade. We saw earlier that he built himself a sukkah. But sukkot back in those days, my father told me back in Morocco also, was palm trees. And sometime it wilts away. So the sukkah was wilting away, sun was coming in, and now Hashem wanted to test him. But he sends him this tree to cause good shade for him. He's very happy about this, because he had skin issues after being in the water for so long. The Maharikra explains something similar, that because he was in the water for so long, all of his hair left his body because he was in salty water for so long. And again, his skin was very, very soft, and he needed to be in the shade. So Hashem brings the shade over him. Vayismach Yona ala Kikayon simcha gedola. And Yona was very, very happy about this. So it's interesting, like a simcha gedolah from a prophet. Okay, you got some shade. You're healthy now fine. You're not going to get any sunburn. The Malbim explains that Yonah felt that this is obviously a miracle here from Hashem, and that maybe Hashem is now happy with Yonah, saying that wow, he just sprouted up this unbelievable thing to protect me. Hashem is happy with me, and maybe indeed these people are going to go back to their bad ways, so that it will be good for Bnei Israel. And Yonah is in a happy mood because he sees this miracle happen to him. But the next morning, Vayman ha'elokim, again Elokim, Vayman ha'elokim tolat, Hashem brings about a worm. Ba'alot ha'shachar, early in the morning, lamachorat, the next day. So one day, Yonah enjoyed this shadow, this shade. Next morning, early in the morning, Hashem sends this worm. Vatach et Kikayon. He bit the Kikayon. Now he bit from the bottom part where it's attached to the ground. He cut the roots. This tolat vayivash, and this thing dried up. And right away, this thing dried up. Vayi kizroach hashemesh, and then the sun came out. The sun was shining. Vayman Elokim ruach kadim charishit. Hashem sent an easterly wind. Now remember, he was on the east side of the city. An easterly wind, which the Mitzvah David says is the strongest of winds. Charishit. A cheresh is a person that can't hear. A wind, charishit, it was so windy that you can't hear. Meaning it was so windy you can't hear someone else talking, you can't hear anything else but the wind. Such a strong wind. Vatach hashemesh al rosh Yonah. And the sun was beating down on Yonah's head. Vait alaf. And he fainted. Thank you. So got the Hebrew, but I didn't get the English. He fainted. Vayishalat nafsho lamut. He tells Hashem, I want to die because of this heat. Vayomer tov moti mechaya. He says, Hashem, it's better that I die than I'm alive. And here is because he sees indeed it was a punishment. That maybe Hashem's testing him with something. We're going to see in the next Pesukim, Hashem verbalizes that test to him. But he sees now it was indeed a punishment. And Hashem gave him an unbelievable gift. And the next day took away that gift and brought even a stronger son to him. So he sees it was a punishment. And that's what the Gaon of Vilna over here explains. He says that sometimes, because remember this is talking about the neshama, sometimes if a person sees something unbelievable great happens to him, but quickly that goes away and now he's in a worse position than before, look at it, unfortunately, as a punishment. And that's what the Gemara Masechet Megillah says when it comes to Haman. Haman, he was a regular guy. He was then raised up to being second to Achashverosh, and then he was brought all the way down to being hung at the end of the day by Achashverosh. And the words of the Gemara there is Lifnei Shever Gaon. Before Shever, before Lishbor, before Hashem wants to break a person that Hashem feels he wants to punish, Gaon, he gives him Ga'ava, he gives him to a high level. So Haman was on a regular level. Hashem brought him up in order to smack him down all the way even below. So look at that as a punishment. So Yona sees this. He's sitting out there with his little sukkah. He's trying to get some shade. And the next day he gets this unbelievable shade. He says, wow, this is like Hashem's rewarding me. But the next day, it's all gone, and he's even in a worse position. He realizes there's a punishment here. Hashem, I want to die. This is like, what's going on over here? I'm being punished. And being punished because he didn't want to do the message of going to Nineveh. When he did go and they did the teshuvah, he's upset about the teshuvah that they did. And then, Bezrat Hashem, tomorrow, we'll see the message that Hashem sends actually tells Yona why he's upset at Yona. So that's for tomorrow, at the conclusion of Sefer Yona, Bezrat Hashem. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Yechanan Emer Kisham Eretz Baruch Hu. Lezakot et Yisrael Leficha Chibadim Donos Shneimar. Adonai Hafetz, L'man Tzidko. יגדיל תורה וידיר